So hello students, today we will be discussing paper 1 of J Advanced 2026. Okay, so pattern of this paper was similar to 2025 paper. Okay, so let's start the discussion. So this function they have given and they are asking that whether this function have local maxima, local minima, derivative of this function. Okay, so now what you have to do, first you differentiate this. Okay, so if you differentiate, what you will get? Root x by x plus 1 by 2 root x ln x minus 1. So this will become 1 by root x plus ln x by 2 root x minus 1. Now there is option 1 is derivative of this function. So again differentiate, because they are asking about the derivative of this function, whether it is increasing or decreasing. So if you differentiate, you will get minus 1 to x power 3 by 2. If you differentiate, it will be plus 1 by 2 x power 3 by 2 minus 1 by 4 or means 3 by 4 ln x power ln x divided by x power 3 by 2. Okay, minus 1 by 2, yeah, minus 1 by 4. So see, when you took x between 0 to 1, see this quantity cancelled. When x is 0 to 1, this is negative, one more negative, so f double dash x is positive. F double dash x is positive means f dash x is which type of function? F dash x is increasing function. Okay, f dash x is increasing function, so option A become wrong. Now option B, f is local maxima, local minima, that they are asking. So see, f dash x we got, what f dash x we got? F dash x we got is 1 plus 2 plus ln x minus 2 root x by 2 root x. Okay, now consider this function. See, this is always positive. Now if we consider this function, what is this function? So this is, suppose you take hx. So hx is 2 plus ln x minus 2 root x. We have to just see whether this quantity is positive or negative. According to that, f dash x can be identified whether it is changing sign or not. So if you differentiate this, what will you get? H dash x is 1 minus 1 by x minus root x. So 1 by root x, 1 minus root x by x. Okay, this will be your h dash x. So one thing is sure, when x is between 0 to 1, this quantity is positive. Okay. This quantity is positive means hx is increasing function in 0 to 1. If hx is increasing function in 0 to 1, so which will be more? See, at 1 you will have maximum value. So hx will be less than h1. Hx will be less than h1. So 2 plus ln x minus 2 root x less than h of 1. What will be h of 1? H of 1 is 0. So that means 2 plus ln x minus 2 root x is negative. So if this quantity is negative, see, if this quantity is negative, my f dash x is negative. So it's a decreasing function in 0 to 1. In the same way, you check when x is greater than 1, then what will happen? And then you can tell the correct answer here. When greater than 1 also, the function will not change. Function will not change in the sense it will remain as decreasing function. Okay, so in this case, because function is decreasing, so function has neither local maxima nor local minimum. Okay, so good problem from application of derivative. Okay, in fact, like last year also they asked one very good question from this. Next, P be a point on the parabola such that the slope of tangent is at the point P is 4. So slope of tangent, differentiate, 2x is equal to 4. So x is equal to 2. So what point will get? X is equal to 2, y is equal to 4. So point P I got 2 comma 4. Then Q is the point in the first coordinate lying on the circle. So see, what is the slope? Minus x1 by y1, and what they are saying? Minus 1. So x1 is equal to y1. Substitute here. So what will you get? 2x1 square is equal to 2, because point is in the first quadrant. So that will become what? 1 comma 1. So 1 point, what you got? 2 comma 4. P I got 2 comma 4. Then I got 1.1 comma 1. That is Q. And now ellipse. Slope of the tangent is minus 1 by 2. So what's the differentiation? If you differentiate, it will be 2x plus 8y y dash is equal to 0. So y dash is equal to minus x by 4y. So minus x1 by 4 y1 is equal to minus 1 by 2. So I'll get x1 is equal to 2 y1. x1 is equal to 2 y1. If you substitute here, you will get x1 is 2 y1. So it will be 8 y1 square is equal to 8. So y1 is 8, y1 is 1. So x1 is 2. So 2 comma 1. So this. Now they are asking the radius of the circle passing through PQ. So you can see that it is becoming a right angle triangle. So PQ will give you diameter, half will be radius. Okay, it's very easy question. Okay, it was doable. Okay. Then third, which of the following matrices can be obtained by performing elementary row transformation? So see, this is a little bit tricky question because in general, in matrices we are not discussing elementary row transformation because previously it was there in NCERT, but now they have removed from NCERT. But still they ask this question. See, what was the use of elementary row transformation? To find the inverse of matrix. Okay, to find the inverse of matrix. That means when you apply for invertible matrix, if you apply elementary row transformation, after applying the row transformation, matrix remains invertible. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to in all four options, suppose this is matrix A, you have to just check where determinant of A is not 0. Why? Because they are applying row transformation on identity matrix. For identity matrix, determinant of identity matrix is not 0. So you have to find the A such that its determinant is not 0. And after that you can just find the answer. It's very easy to find the determinant of A. Okay, so it's little bit tricky, especially if you don't know this concept that what are the use of elementary row transformation in matrices. Okay, then considering only principal values of inverse trigonometric functions. So again, this is also very straightforward question. If you are comfortable with the properties of inverse trigonometric functions. Why? The cos inverse 1 by root 2 is pi by 4 into 2 pi by 2. So this will become sin pi by 2 into 10. So this will become 10. Okay. If you consider this as theta, so what this will become? This will become tan sine 2 theta, which will be tan into 2 sine theta cos theta, which can easily be written as sine of tan inverse 2, which is 2 by root 5, cos of tan inverse 2, which is 1 by root 5. Okay, so this will become tan into 2 into 40 by 5, 8. This will become 10. Now cot inverse of cot minus 11. So this will be cot inverse of minus cot 11, which is pi minus cot inverse of cot 11. Now pi minus cot inverse of cot 11, if you see the graph of cot inverse of cot x, it is like this. This is pi, then 2 pi, and so on it will be. 11 will be somewhere between 3 pi to 4 pi. Okay. So what will be the equation of this line? X minus 3 pi. Okay. If this is x minus 3 pi, so what this will become? Pi minus 11 minus 3 pi plus 18. So this will become 4 pi minus 11 plus 18. So what is the answer? 4 pi plus 8. Okay. So again, apart from this, if you know the graph, others are very easy. Okay, so this was also doable question. Okay, very, what I should say, like predicted question. Like if they ask question from inverse trigonometric function, mostly it is the property of sin inverse sin x, cos inverse cos x, like that. Okay, so this was about single credit. In single credit, what all questions you could have attempted? Okay, question 2 and question 4. Okay. Why I am not saying 1 and 3? 1 is little bit tricky. So see, what I am doing here, like which all questions you could have attempted very easily. Okay. So second question was such that which you could have attempted very easily, and fourth question. So here you could have got 6 marks. Okay. 6 marks. Then let's come to one or more than one correct. Now see, probability question. Suppose that box 1 contains 6 red ball, box 2 contains box 1 contains 6 red ball and 9 green ball, and box 2 contain 11 red ball and 12 green balls. Okay, all the balls of box 1 and box 2 are mixed together, and a ball is chosen at random. Let E1 be the event that ball chosen belong to box 1, E2 be the event that ball chosen belong to box 2. Okay, F1 be the event that ball chosen is red, F2 be the event that ball chosen is green. So see, they have given information. And now it seems like question is very complicated, but actually it is not. It is very easy question. Okay, what you have to do here, you have to just find the probabilities properly. So first you find P of E1. P of E1 is what? That ball chosen belong to box 1. See how many balls are there in box 1? 15. Okay, so that is 15, and total how many balls? 35. So 15 by 35, so that will give you what? 3 by 7. Okay, then what is P of E2? P of E2 is what? Ball belong to box 2. Box 2, how many balls? 12 plus 8, 20, and total ball is 35. So 20 by 35, 4 by 7. Then f1 is what? Ball chosen is red. So now total how many red balls are there? 6 red balls, and there are 8 red balls, total 14 red balls by 35, so that is 2 by 5. And P of F2, ball chosen is green, total how many green ball? 9 plus 12, 21, 21 by 35, so that will give you what? 3 by 5. Okay. Now they are saying the events E1 and F1 are independent. Okay, so what is the condition for independent event? Condition for independent event is P of E1 intersection F1 should be equal to what? P of E1 into P of F1. See, P of E1 into P of F1 we already calculated. 3 by 7 into 2 by 5. 3 by 7 is P of E1. 2 by 5 is P of F1. So 3 by 7 into 2 by 5 is 6 by 35. Now P of E1 intersection F1. What's the meaning of P of E1 intersection F1? That means the ball you are picking from box 1 and that ball should be red. So see, ball you are picking from box 1 and the ball should be red. So like 6, because in box 1 there are 6 red balls, and total how many balls? Total favorable case is 6 by total case 30. So see, P of E1 intersection F1 is equal to P of E1 into P of F1. They are independent. Similar to that, you can calculate other possibilities also, option by option. Okay, so that is also easy question. Okay. Now P be the plane such that it contains the straight line. Okay, so question from plane. See, plane is not there in mains, but in advance they are asking questions related to plane. Okay, so P be the plane such that it contains the straight line. Okay, and perpendicular to the plane. So see, one plane is there which is containing the straight line, this one, and it is also perpendicular to the plane. So basically what they are saying, this plane which is we have to find is perpendicular to this plane. So what's the direction of this plane? I cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap. And what's the direction of the line? 2i cap plus 3j cap plus k cap. So basically the plane is perpendicular to these two vectors. So if plane is perpendicular to these two vectors, how will you find the direction? Just cross product. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. Just solve this. So that will give you what? 4 minus 9. So minus 7 I cap minus j cap. 2 minus, 1 minus 6 minus 5 plus k cap. 3 minus 4 minus 1. So that is minus 7 I cap minus 5 j cap minus k cap. And now this plane is passing through. See, line is lying in this plane, so point of the line is lying in plane also. From which point this line is passing? So this will give you point. So 1, 3, minus 2. So what will be the equation? 7 times of x minus 1 plus 3 times of y minus 3. Plus 5 times of y minus 3 plus 1 times of z plus 2. This will give you equation of plane. Okay. After that, distance between, okay, we have to find P1 is a plane which passes through 4, 2, 2 and parallel to P. Parallel to P means direction is same. So direction of P1 is same as direction of P. So 7 times of passing through x minus 4 plus what's the direction? 5 times of y minus 2 plus 2 times of, plus 1 times of z minus 2 equal to 0. Now you got P, you got P1. After that, all questions are very straightforward. All options are very straightforward. So this was also easy question. R denote the set of all real numbers. Next question. F is an arbitrary function such that gx is equal to x of f of x. So they are saying gx is equal to x of f of x. Okay. Now they are saying that which of the following statements is true. Okay, so first option is the function gx is always continuous at x is equal to 0. Option B is if f is continuous at x is equal to 0, then g is differentiable at x is equal to 0. Option C, if g is differentiable at x is equal to 0, f is continuous at x is equal to 0. If g is differentiable at x is equal to 0, then limit x tends to 0, fx exists. Okay. Now if you see option A, G is always continuous. So see, counter example. Counter example is what? See, these type of questions, the best counter example like that oscillatory type of discontinuity. So fx I can take like this 1 by x sine 1 by x when x is not equal to 0 and 0 when x is equal to 0. So this is defined everywhere, but if you calculate g of x will become sine 1 by x, which shows oscillatory type of discontinuity at 0. So it is not always continuous. So option A is wrong. If f is continuous at x is equal to 0, then g is differentiable. F is continuous means f of 0 plus h limit h tends to 0 is equal to f of 0 minus h, same limit h tends to 0 is equal to f of 0. G is differentiable. So G is differentiable means L right hand derivative h f of h minus at 0 value 0 divided by h. So again what will you get? Limit h tends to 0 f of h is your right hand derivative. Similarly left hand derivative what will you get? Limit h tends to 0 f of minus h. See, because f is continuous, so these two are equal. These two are equal means option B is correct. Okay. Similarly you can do option C also. See, in option C, if G is differentiable means what you will get? F of h when h tends to 0 is equal to f of minus h when h tends to 0. The limit exists, but I can't say that it is equal to f of 0. If it is not defined at 0, then what we can say? So limit exists, but we don't know about the value at f of 0, so we can't say it is continuous, but definitely it will be like limit will exist for f of x. Okay. So it's a good question because of option A. If you can't think of counter example and if you mark the option A, then you will get minus. But other options are straightforward. Okay, so this question is little bit tricky. Now question 8. Question 8 is consider this matrix 2, 1, minus 1, 0 and m power 26. So this question is similar to in advanced 2022 they asked one question where they gave one 3 by 3 matrix, I think 2 by 2 matrix, and they ask m power 2022. Here they ask m26. So first calculate m is given, then find m square. M square is 2 minus 1 1 0, 2 minus 1 1 0. So see what will you get when you multiply 4 minus 1 3 minus 2 2 minus 1. Okay, this is your m square. What is m cube? For m cube again multiply 2 minus 1 1 0. So I will get 6 minus 2 4 minus 3, and here what will you get? 4 minus 1 3, and here you will get minus 2. Okay, here will you 1 second. Minus 1, and here you will get minus 3 and here minus 2. Okay, now you can see that m was having 2 here, m square 3, m cube 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 1, 2, 3, 0, minus 1, minus 2. So very easily you can write m power 26. You can write m power 26 and all options are very straightforward. Okay, so you can write there exists a 2 by 2 invertible matrix such that so just take one invertible matrix, okay, of the form, and you can take of the form A B C D, and then you can just solve option A. Okay, for example like n you can take see m they are given 2 minus 1 1 0, and you can take some A B C D they have already given, so you can take some x y z w is equal to x y z w 1 1 0. Okay, now just find x y z w here. Okay, after finding the relation between x y z w, just check whether it is invertible or not. Okay, the value of A is 374. So see what is the matrix, you have to just add. So 2 minus 1 1 0, 3 minus 2 2 minus 1, and so on it will continue. At last what will you get? At last you will get 27. This because they are asking only about A, so 2 plus 3 plus 4 up to 27. Add 1, subtract 1, so this will be 27 into 14 minus 1, which will give you what? 377. But they are saying 378, so this is wrong. Similarly C and D you can check once you get P, Q and RS that we already got. Okay, lengthy problem. Okay. Next, numerical. Okay. Question 9. Let S belong to 1 to 10. Consider the set R is an equivalence relation such that R has exactly 42 elements. Then the number of elements in X. Okay. Now, see this how to solve this type of question. So this question is relatively new. That means if you see last year also in JEE Advanced they asked one question where they asked number of symmetric relations containing some fixed elements. Okay, and now this year they ask number of equivalence relation containing some fixed element. But finding number of equivalence relation is difficult. See what to do here. There are 42 elements and you want the element should be such that it will form an equivalence relation. Okay, so what to do here, we want total 42 elements. Okay, first of all we want total 42 elements. Now how to make equivalence relation? For example, if suppose I have taken example 1 2 3, just example, from out of those 10 elements if I take 1 2 3. Okay, now all the possible connections of 1 2 3. So what are the possible connections of 1 2 3? So see 1 comma 1 1 comma 2 1 comma 3 2 comma 1 2 comma 2 2 comma 3 3 comma 1 3 comma 2 3 comma. Now this relation is equivalence relation. And total how many elements are there? In this there are total 9 elements. So see if there are 3 elements, then total how many elements are there in equivalence relation? 9 elements. So same thing you have to do here. See you want there are total how many elements? 10. And number of elements in equivalence relation we want 42. So we have to divide 42 such that okay square should become 42, or we have to divide not 42, we have to divide this 10 elements in such a way that square should become 42. Okay, so what are the possibilities? Possibility is what? See 42 means in terms of square you can't go beyond 6. Okay, so one possibility is you divide into group of 6 2 1 and 1. That is one possibility. And what is the other possibility? We divide into the group of 5 4 and 1. Okay, what is the meaning of this? That means when you are dividing into 5 4 1, that means in this one set is containing 5 elements, other is containing 4 elements, and other is just containing 1 element. Okay, now with this how many possibilities? 25 elements, everything will be equivalence. Here how many? 16 elements, all will be equivalence, and here 1, all will be equivalence. And then if you take the union, that will give you equivalence relation which is containing how many elements? 42 elements. Okay, so now it is just grouping into 1 by 2 factorial plus same thing 10 factorial by 5 factorial 4 factorial 1 factorial. Just add these two, you will get the answer. Okay, so it's a difficult problem. Okay, it's a difficult problem because that thinking is required. It's kind of equivalence class concept. Okay. Okay. If you know about equivalence class, relation and function, we have studied what is equivalence class. Okay, it's related to that. Then consider this function and this function. Total number of points where it is not continuous and non-differentiable. See, where you have to check, we have to check non-differentiability when x is 0, x is 1. Why at these points? Because at these points what is happening? At these points modulus is changing. Modulus is changing means definition is changing. Okay, and now apart from that, where this is becoming integer. So see x sin x, where it is becoming 1 or where it is becoming minus 1. Okay, now so we have to check at 0, we have to check at 1, and we have to check where this is becoming 1 or minus 1. So basically, is it possible for x sin x to be 1? Yes. So if you see the graph of sin x, it is like this. If you see the graph of 1 by x, it is like this. 1 by x is like this. So yes, it is possible that it is becoming 1, or x or sin x is equal to 1 by x for 1 point here and 1 point here. Now in these 2 points, what will happen? In these 2 points, this function will become discontinuous, but this function is continuous because you have to check only at 0 and 1. Okay, so that means there are 2 points, minimum 2 points where this function is discontinuous. Similarly, non-differentiability, see, at these 2 points it is discontinuous, so it has to be non-differentiable, and then you have to check for non-differentiability at 0 and 1 also. Okay, so 0 and 1, how to check? Like just less than 0, after 0, what is the function? Just less than 1, greater than 1, what is the function? And then differentiate and check whether right hand derivative is equal to left hand derivative or not. Okay, so this is lengthy question. Okay, because this thing is important, that x sin x, is it taking 1 or not? This thing is very important here. If you miss this, then you will arrive at wrong answer. If you check only at 0 and 1, then whatever answer you will get, that will not be correct. Okay, now next is the number of ways to distribute 10 identical red pens, 14 identical blue pens, such that each person get at least, each person gets 6 pens, not at least, each person gets 6 pens. See what you have to do. First you distribute the red pen, and according to that you can distribute blue pen. Okay, so how to distribute red pen? So 4%, so x1, it will be x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 is equal to 10, where each person can take how many pens maximum? Maximum 6. Okay, now according to that I will give them blue pen. For example, if x1 is taking 2, x2 is taking 2, x3 is taking 3 and 3, suppose this is the case, these are the red pens. So now blue pens are already fixed. So here how many blue pens? 4. Here also how many blue pens? 4. Here how many blue pens? 3. Here how many blue pens? 3. Okay, so basically you have to just distribute the red pen. So see, first of all, it is how we can solve that. This is that number of integral solution, but here the constraints are there, 0 to 6. So by multinomial theorem we will generate the function. So we assume one variable x, and then it will be x power 0 plus x power 1 plus x power 2 and so on, x power 6, like that, power 4. In this, what you have to find? We have to find coefficient of x power 10. Okay, so GP 1 minus x power 7 power 4, 1 minus x power minus 4. Find coefficient of x power 10. Okay. After that you can finish this question. 1 minus x power 7 power 4 you can expand, and then 1 minus x power minus 4 also you can solve it. Okay. Now question 12. So in question 12, what you have to do? See, it's based on trigonometry. And if you see the pattern, see, identifying pattern in trigonometry is very important. If you take this as theta, so this is 3 theta, this is 9 theta, this is 27 theta, this is 81 theta. So every time it is changing by 3. Okay, so now first I will see what is 1 minus 2 cos theta. So what I will do, I will multiply by cos theta by 2. So if you multiply by cos theta by 2, so it is cos theta by 2 minus 2 cos theta by 2 divided by cos theta by 2. So 2 cos theta by 2 is nothing but 2 cos A cos B. So cos theta by 2 minus 2 cos A cos B is cos of A plus B plus cos of A minus B. Now you can see what happened. Here cos theta by 2 get cancelled. So that means this quantity 1 minus 2 cos theta is minus cos 3 theta by 2 by cos theta by 2. So what will be the other quantity? In place of x, 3 theta by 2. Sorry, in place of theta, 3 theta by 2. So cos 9 theta by 2 by cos 3 theta by 2 into cos 27 theta by 2, cos 9 theta by 2, and so on at last, cos 243 theta by 2, cos 81 theta by 2. So how terms will get cancelled? All these terms will get cancelled. So I'll get minus cos 243 theta by 2 by cos theta by 2. So that is minus of cos 243 pi by 22 by cos pi by 22. Now this can be written as 11 pi plus pi by 22. Okay, so this will get cancelled. So alpha you will get 1. 5 minus alpha square will be 4. Okay, so it's a good problem, not very easy, because this first step is very important, multiplying by theta by 2. Okay, then this one, see this one, match list type questions, scoring questions. See, x square plus x plus 1 0. So what are the possibilities? Omega and omega square. Substitute omega square. Omega plus 1 minus omega square. Omega square plus 1 minus omega. Then you can identify what are the roots. Same here. Again omega and omega square. X square minus x plus 1 minus omega and minus omega square. Substitute and calculate the values. Okay. X square plus x minus 1. So x square plus x minus 1 value, and they are asking p plus 1 whole cube plus r plus 1 whole cube. Okay, so here what you can do, so p plus r we know, pr we know, so basically what we can do, we can just take LCM and then we can simplify. Okay, but I think no need to solve till s part. If you solve any first to 3, if we solve, we'll get the answer, and first is solving is very easy because of 1 plus omega square is 0 concept, cube root of unity. Okay, so this was very easy question, it was doable. So how many marks? 4 marks this will be. Then this question, sin power 6x plus cos power 4x is 1. Yeah, see, and second is sin square x plus cos power 6x. So one method is what, I'll write cos square x as 1 minus sin square x whole square, then it will become degree 6. Okay, see, there is one more thing, like I know that sin square x plus cos square x is 1. So sin power 6x is less than or equal to sin square x, because sin x is minus 1 to 1. So in minus 1 to 1, if you increase the power, okay, effective value will decrease. So sin power 6x is less than sin square x. Similarly, cos power 4x is also less than cos square x. So that means sin power 6x plus cos power 4x is less than equal to 1. But here it is equal to 1. What is the only possibility? The only possibility is what? If sin x is 1 or cos x is 1. Sorry, sin x is plus or minus 1 or cos x is plus or minus 1. When sin x is 1 or minus 1 is minus pi to pi. Only minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. Where cos x is plus or minus 1, minus pi to pi, minus pi, 0, pi. So this can be mapped to 5. So 1 can be mapped to 5. So we left with only these two things. Same logic here, sin square x plus cos power 6x. So when sin square x is 1, only at 2 point, minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. Where cos power 6x is 1, only at 1.0. So here how many get? 3. So P5 Q3. P5 Q3. Okay. Other options, how to solve other options? Cos square x by 2. Cos square x by 2 you can write 1 plus cos x by 2, and sin square x you can write 1 minus cos square x is equal to 1 by 2. Quadratic in cos x you can solve. 6 sin square x by 2 you can write 3 times of 1 minus cos x minus cos 3x is equal to 3. So this will become cos 3x is equal to minus 3 cos x. This also you can solve very easily, because cos 3x is 4 cos cube x minus 3 cos x. So basically 4 cos cube x is equal to 0. So cos x is equal to 3. So this one also can be solved very easily. In fact, if you don't get this idea, if we don't get this idea also, only by solving R and S also, we can mark the answer. Then question 15. So M transpose is identity matrix. So that means M is which type of matrix? It is orthogonal matrix. So first, alpha 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2, 1 by root 3 beta. Sorry, M transpose they are saying. So alpha 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2, 1 by root 3 beta, 1 by root 3 gamma delta mu. Okay, so in 15th question, what you have to do, see they have given a matrix M transpose is equal to identity matrix. Okay, if you see this matrix M and if you see the vectors, So see, what are the components of u vector? Alpha 1 by root 3 gamma, and here you can see alpha 1 by root 3 gamma. Then v vector root 1 by root 2 beta delta. So this is 1 by root 2 beta delta. This is minus 1 by root 2 1 by root 3 mu, and this is minus 1 by root 2 1 by root 3 mu. Okay. Now if m transpose is I, so m transpose m will also be I. So what will be m transpose? Alpha 1 by root 3 gamma, and here what will you get? 1 by root 3, sorry, 1 by root 2 and beta delta, and minus 1 by root 2 1 by root 3 mu. Okay, this if you multiply with this matrix m transpose m, so what will you get? See, this into this, that will be unique identity matrix 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So that means what I can say, that these are the orthogonal vectors. Okay, so what will be magnitude of u? You will get 1. Magnitude of v you will get 1. Magnitude of w also you will get 1. Okay, so using these conditions we can easily find alpha, gamma, beta, delta, everything we can find, and mu also we can find directly because these all are the unit vectors. Okay, so this was also easy question, because in orthogonal matrix there is one concept that orthogonal matrix, whatever the components are there in orthogonal matrix, that is nothing but the orthogonal vectors. Okay, so this is also easy question. Okay, next question. Next is related to conic section, and this is also easy. See, circle with center 1 comma 2. So x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square is equal to r square. And how to find r? The circle is touching this line, okay, and center is 1 comma 2, so perpendicular distance is equal to radius. You will get radius, so you will get p easily. Second is common tangent. What's the condition of tangency? So it is root 2 root of 1 plus m square is equal to a by m. With this you will get q, and after that end point of latus rectum and normal through it passes through, again standard equation of normal, and then hyperbola whose foci and directrix. If foci also standard in the sense lying on the x-axis, directrix also x is equal to minus 16 by 5. So very easily you can find. So this was also a very easy question, a scoring question. So here we can expect that you should get plus 4 marks. Okay, here you can get plus 4 marks. This was also plus 4 and this was also plus 4. So basically here you could have got easily 16 marks. Okay, so here 16 marks. Now let's see numerical base. Numerical base 4. Okay, let's see 4 marks in the numerical. So you'll get only 4 marks. And then 12 marks. 12 marks in multiple correct. So 32, and then 6 marks in single correct. So this paper you could have got easily 38 marks. See, this is minimum number of marks I am saying. Minimum number of marks in the sense, like, if you have just by looking at the question, you would have thought that okay, this question I can't do. After that also, if you pick the question properly, easily 38 marks were gettable in paper 1. Okay. Okay, so that's all in this session.